Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, this is Disney Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary in Disney content.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Disney Movie News on Popcorn Talk. I'm Leo Camacho, your host, and before we start the show, I just want to let you guys know you can follow along on Twitter at Popcorn Talk and at YouTube at Popcorn Talk Network. And you can tweet me personally at Leo Zombie if you have any concerns about our first performance, our first inaugural episode.
I know, it's so exciting.
Here we go. So all complaints, send them to one of my co-hosts over here. So go ahead and introduce yourselves so they can complain to you guys.
I'm Sarah Snitch. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah Snitch or on YouTube at I'm Sarah Snitch.
Ooh.
Yes, and I am Keaton Markey. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Keaton Markey.
Oh man, they gave away all their different social. I was like, Leo's on.
Okay, go. Be a slut like us. Be a slut like us.
Beep. Welcome to Disney Movie News. No, I'm Mr. Leo Zombie on everything except for Twitter, where I'm just Leo Zombie because Mr. was stolen, and I felt like being more casual about it. So no Mr., just Leo Zombie.
Oh.
So we've got a ton of Disney movie news because this is the first episode. Sorry, pushing me over. Oh, all right, hold on.
Sometimes we get messages from above.
Yeah, the angels give us move to the right. So we have a ton of news because of the first episode.
This is a very good week for us to be starting.
It's an amazing week.
So
a lot of news.
So much happening.
What do we got? Let's jump into this because there's a ton to cover. Well, first of all, before we get to the news.
Yeah, that's I want to get to know you guys.
I get excited. I'm wearing a Mickey shirt. All I want to do is talk about Disney,
Me too,
obviously.
kind of.
Where's
Okay.
She missed the
Oh,
moment.
What happened?
yeah. I literally texted these guys and I was like, "Are we gonna coordinate, guys?"
She sent us a picture of herself dressed as Cinderella. That's
And they got a little intimidated.
Well, the thing is, my instant reaction was like, great, now I got to dress like Hook. I mean, there was no confusion. It was like, it's a clear order.
Yeah, every week in costume. No, but I'm doing a show before this, and I thought about changing, but then I was like, it's the first show. You said be me. You told me, you said you be you.
I said you do
I said,
you.
I'm gonna do me, and I'm not gonna pack an extra bag of clothes.
I do really feel like this could be a magic carpet Disney bound. Kind of.
I think maybe the chat can help us out with that.
Yeah.
Who
if
is
you
she
think of a
Disney
different,
bounding?
better accidental Disney bound than the
Yes.
carpet, leave it in
Tell
the
me.
comments.
Accidental
let me
Disney bounds, by the way, one of my favorite things in the world.
Well, anyway, let's talk about how we are involved in the Disney
Yeah, how
community.
did we
What are
get
our
this?
credentials,
Yeah,
if you
give me
will?
your-
Credentials?
You guys have so many more than I do. I'm just a fangirl.
Well, then do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I was gonna say you're giving me too much credit because really,
Just guys go.
I just
go.
happen to look like Prince Eric. That's like my main credential there. Well, okay, so yeah, no, honestly, my intro to the Disneyverse, into the Disney fandom was I was Prince Eric in a Little Mermaid video, and that sort of just spun me down. Well, I went down the rabbit hole, so to speak, in Disney terminology.
Why would you not?
Why not, right? So since then, I just started making a ton of Disney content. I'm on the show Hipster Mermaid with my friend Tracy Hines. I played Prince Derek because he's too hip to be Eric. I do a ton of Disney stuff. I do illustration. I have the same birthday as Walt Disney. Literally,
It's on his resume.
It's on my resume. I'm like,
You
what
win.
makes you qualify
Fine,
for
you
this
win.
position? Well, I was born on the same day. Couple years later, though. What else? Disney. We do Disney Bound together, and that's been a pretty active thing in our lives. It feels like Disney is just so overwhelmingly me that I don't even know how to classify the different aspects of it anymore. It's just everything I do is Disney nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can out Disney us both.
No,
You
that's
told-
the thing. That's the thing. She.
No. I've been Disney YouTubing since 2010.
Dang, girl.
Yeah. My Disney YouTube channel, like 100% Disney content. And Leo and I are part of a Disney collab channel called Thingamavlogs.
Thingamavlogs, yeah.
That's a joke based on Thingamabobs in Ariel's Grotto, you know.
I like it.
I can't
like
escape
it a
the
lot.
Ariel jokes, by the way.
Yeah, and the Disney, it's mostly just YouTube.
We Disney Bound really frequently.
Yeah,
We do.
though.
I cannot wait till I can go to Disneyland with you guys.
I was gonna
for
say.
the first time. We'll have to vlog about it and make videos and talk about it on the next week's show. I don't have as cool of credentials as you
That's
guys.
false.
I'm just a Disney princess on the weekends.
That's pretty
So-
good.
I think that's
But we
pretty
both
awesome.
did that. I think
Yeah.
that's really awesome.
Yeah. There one weekend I sang "Let It Go" like 10 times. I still sometimes my friends are trying to get me to audition for the new Frozen show, at Disney. So if I do that, I'll let you guys know how it goes. I don't know.
I'll be in the audience even if nobody's
You want
there.
to? Well,
I'll sit there.
and I have to get the role first.
That would be like my silver lining on saying goodbye to Aladdin, as if my friend was in the new show.
Hi, I'm Elsa.
We're really mad, but you made it up to
I know.
us.
I'm really upset. My very good friend is Jasmine in the show, and
She's
I'm
friends
very
with
sad.
Jasmine in the
No,
show.
for theatrical performances.
Oh, it doesn't count?
It's different.
Okay, I'm just going to go sit over here.
What?
So the term... Go ahead.
Go. Fill me in. Give me your Disney knowledge. I just want to soak in it.
Disney characters in the parks are not played by actors. They are the characters themselves.
Yes.
And they have many friends. They're friends
Yes.
with people. But in theatrical performances, they're putting on a performance, and therefore
a
you're
portrayal
allowed
of
to
the
Yes,
say.
so my friend plays,
Yes.
she plays Princess Jasmine at the park. My other friend plays Kristoff at the park. And I also know Captain America at the park. But it's, I know, yes, did I
He's
use it?
straight up Captain
I
America.
know,
You know
I
You know
know
Captain.
Captain.
We also know Captain America.
I say
We also
I
know him.
Captain.
He's a
yeah.
good friend of
Oh,
ours.
and I know Jack Sparrow.
That's getting crazy.
I know. It's
That's who I did in birthday parties. I did Jack Sparrow.
Really?
Well, Eric and Aladdin and Jack
Yeah.
Sparrow. But Jack's the most fun because everybody likes Jack Sparrow.
yeah. And you get to
It's
just be
funny.
like, meh, all the time. Like Elsa, like I'm just like,
Well, that's cool. Everybody does this when they see you, right?
well, no, everyone's like, can you do snow magic? And I'm like, I can't control my powers outside
bring
Arendelle
little
and
ice cubes
Disneyland.
That's a really good one. You're like, it's too hot in Southern California.
It's so hot,
It
and I
melts
just can't.
instantly.
Yeah. No, I one time had a little girl, but one of my favorite parties, she came up to me, and then I'll stop talking about princess parties, but she came up to me and she's like, I'm not into princesses anymore. And I go, and I was Elsa, and I looked at her and I go, that's okay, because I'm a queen.
Oh. Dang.
Her parents thought it was hilarious, but by the end of it, like, she was all into it. So.
A week later. Whoa.
Whoa. See, sometimes.
Got me.
I think that's also Stephen being like, well.
Stop talking about
Yeah, stop
princesses.
talking about princesses.
Well, now you know all about us.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
let's jump into the news.
But
No.
before the news, I just want to
Before.
know just one last thing.
'Kay.
Favorite Disney movie?
Oh.
Because I just think that would be fun to know. I know it's hard to
let's
pick one.
Set the precedence from day one.
Yeah.
Favorite Disney movie.
Favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie is Aladdin. Okay, but he's not my favorite Disney character.
That's right. We'll do favorite Disney character next
So,
week. You'll
I
have to
just wanna
join
make
in
that
every
clear.
week to find
Yes.
out all of our favorite things.
All day, every day.
My favorite Disney movie, it's underrated, but it's like secretly very popular, is a Goofy movie.
Great movie.
Also
Leaning
feel-
Tower of Cheese.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to go with the classic, and it wasn't the first one I saw. The first one I saw was Little Mermaid, but oh my god, this
Here
is
it
really
comes.
fun. Lion King.
Oh.
Simba was my first crush, even though he was an
yeah.
animal. I don't know, Jonathan.
It's
it was
okay.
JTT. It was
Honestly,
JTT.
I cried over Nala. I was like, I want that girlfriend. I don't know.
I
It's
cried
just-
over
it's
Simba.
so
I
real.
still do. I
We,
still do.
we should start a fandom.
We
with
should.
4 members. So we'll know
We're
the fourth
creepy.
is.
Okay, news. I feel like people. Oh, I want to know what people's. I'm following the live chat right now.
Yeah.
So favorite Disney movie. Whoever writes theirs up next, I'm gonna just shout it out.
And I want to see who the least,
Up.
like what the least popular
Oh.
Disney movie set is.
Brian Askins says Up.
Up.
We have another
Now,
Aladdin.
is Up your favorite movie, or is the first like 10 minutes of Up your favorite movie?
No,
I
that's
love Up.
the most depressing.
All right. But it's just such an emotional experience that I can see it being a favorite. You know what I mean? Because they did such a good job.
The Cone of Shame.
The Cone of Shame.
That's what
Oh my
we'll do.
God. I
Wow.
like the Cone of Shame.
Hi, I'm Doug.
Sometimes Sarah makes me wear the Cone of Shame.
Ooh,
my
yay! Angel Cole really loves the Lion King too.
Lion King.
Okay, news.
All right, let's
Okay.
dive in. Let's dive
So,
in.
biggest news of the week is
Okay.
that they announced the voice actress for Moana, the next Disney princess.
That's impressive.
She's so perfect.
She's amazing, and I saw the video where they told her, but they called her in like it was one more audition, and she was like super nervous, and they're like, "Can you say that with more genuine joy?" She's like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Say it as if you got the part." And she totally just
Yeah.
wasn't connecting.
Yeah.
She was just so like, "Oh my god, I don't want to ruin this." She didn't realize she already had it.
No, you did. Get
Go
the part.
watch that video.
My favorite thing about it was I'm so excited about Moana just because I have the biggest crush on The Rock.
Me too.
Dwayne Johnson. If Lord, like probably my top like 5 probably would cry. Maybe 3, maybe top 3. He's
Whoa.
the nicest man
He's up
too.
there.
He does
He's
seem
the
really
nicest
nice.
man in
He
the
does.
world.
Were you at D23? Did you go this
I
year?
did not get to go to D20.
Oh my
I know
God.
I was out of town that weekend.
Our-
It was so Cool.
Tell
it was
him.
so cool on stage. He got up there and he like
I did watch the video.
First of all, he talked about like how he's Samoan
Yeah.
and how much it means to him to be in a movie based on Polynesian culture
Yep.
and like to be part of the Disney family. And he like did this chant and made everyone do it. It was just so endearing and
cool.
encouraging. I just was like, I'm really excited that you're in this movie.
What he said about her and like shared the story about how she didn't even think she was good enough and she didn't even audition, and then just being so positive and so supportive behind her. I just think this duo is going to be so great. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm literally counting down the days, and I love The Rock, and I love the Polynesian culture because I lived in Samoa for
Wow, really?
about 4 or 5 months, and the people there are so kind. The culture is so cool and diverse and different than what we really know about. So I just am so, and she's 14. This girl is 14, and her life is going to be changed.
And going back to what you're saying, I think it's amazing that Disney's actually truly tapping into the spirit of the culture, right? Like they're only casting, people of the proper ethnicity for this movie, right? They're not. They're doing their due diligence, and it's really impressive, and that's what's making it even more exciting because it's going to be accurate.
Absolutely.
So Ali is 14, the youngest voice actors for a Disney princess so far.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You didn't know she was 4? Oh,
Well, I knew she was 14. I didn't know she was the
Well, think about
youngest.
It. Yeah, like
What was it? Who
think
who
about
voiced
it.
Snow White? I thought the
she
girl
was
who voiced.
19.
Oh, she was.
She was
19?
like
I thought she
18
was
or
very
19.
young.
She's been knocked off her throne. No longer the
Adriana
youngest.
Castellati.
This movie has a lot going for it.
Yeah.
And just the footage they've showed of it so far, I'm ready.
Yeah, the footage they showed at D23 was very moving.
Yeah. And, well, literally, the tattoos were moving. So it was
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
Maui's tattoos move all over his body. It
Oh
was
my
cool.
gosh, Peter, stop
at that.
hating on The Rock. We love him.
Yeah.
Oh, someone's hating on The Rock?
Someone's
Dude,
hating on The Rock.
Yeah,
because
a couple
he
people
has
are like,
that
I don't like
movie.
The Rock.
You don't hate on The Rock because he'll come to your house.
He's such a
He'll come and get you.
sweetheart.
He'll
You
smell
have
what
to
The Rock is
follow. You have to follow him on Instagram. He's like so cute.
No, he's amazing. He's
He's
the
like,
most
I love
encouraging
Disney.
person.
He's like, I'm at Disney today. I love Disney so much. I'm like, me too. So I instantly love you.
He's so
think when you-
grateful.
Do you think when you watch this, you're not even going to see Maui, you're just going to see The Rock? Like, as the character acts?
No.
Because at D23, before they announced it was The Rock, they were talking about Maui and they were playing clips of him
Yeah.
with The Rock's voice.
Yeah.
And I didn't know
didn't-
it
you
was
didn't
The Rock.
connect
It
it.
was right before they announced it that I was like, oh my God, it's The Rock. But I didn't
It's Dwayne.
think about it.
It's good old
Oh
Dwayne.
my God, The Rock.
He's like, again, his story, how he's come up in Hollywood is just, it's a phenomenal. If you guys don't know The Rock's backstory, just look it up because what a Cinderella story, really, what he's experienced
And when-
in life.
No, it's crazy. He's been in every single
Picturing him as
direction.
Cinderella.
Wait, have you seen the Tooth Fairy? You don't need a picture. You can go watch it right now.
I
pull
just
it
wish
up on
he had been
YouTube.
cast in the live action Cinderella.
Everybody's just going to go pull it up and like tweet it at us and go, this is... when does it come out? It's next...
Oh, man.
It's like the one release date I didn't write down.
You guys, what's the date it comes out? The date it comes out. Oh,
That
Snow
was-
White is 14.
Snow White the
November
character
23rd,
is
2016.
Yeah.
What is it?
November 23rd, 2016.
November
Okay.
23rd, 2016.
So in a year and some change.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Almost
I don't want to
exactly a
wait.
year,
But
but-
I mean, we have so many movies, though, coming out.
I
Yeah.
know. That's
So
the other
we
thing
have
we
enough.
know.
Yeah.
what? Speaking of,
We got
What else
Disney,
we got?
Disney and Pixar announced a more detailed timeline for the movies that are coming out through 2019. The next one up is Good Dinosaur, which I think is the Pixar movie I've been most excited about for a really long time.
well, because they've been talking about it for an exceptionally long time.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out and then they nixed it for
Right.
a little bit because they didn't think it was ready. It was supposed to come out before Inside Out.
And it was the deal with that was that it just wasn't up to snuff, right? Like Pixar just thought,
But yeah, but they're not going to release something unless they think it's good enough
right?
to be released.
Which in a way I really respect because you know that they're not just turning it out to make a buck, right? They're doing something that they want to be proud of. They want to. I mean, they've got a legacy of all their movies always being rated really high, and to know that they're taking their time with it. It's so impressive.
I'm a little concerned about the dinosaur. I am
Okay,
about
that's-
the I am.
I
and
was
this-
getting there.
This is why
That's where I was
I
going.
just it doesn't feel Pixar to me.
Right.
It doesn't. The more I read about it, the more I'm like, this kind of seems like if Wall-E and Land Before Time had a baby.
That's interesting.
I don't know. It just.
Well, but that's
it
not-
seems
that's not the bad
No,
part.
that's not, I don't know. But just it doesn't. I don't know if I love the animation as I'm seeing
Leah's
yet.
got a lot
And
to
I
say
know
about that.
I know the background
Yeah.
is is going to look cinematically phenomenal, and I can't wait to see it in IMAX just because of that. And I know how much time and energy they spent in the clouds and the water and all that stuff.
Well, it's all brand new technology.
Yeah.
Like, well, new CGI technology. But I think the main concern is the extreme contrast, right? Like the character, what's his name? Arlo. He looks like a gummy bear in the real world.
It looks like Gumby dinosaur version.
Yeah, he's bouncy and he's squishy and he's spongy, and the rest of the world looks actually real and tangible. And I get it. I guess that's the whole idea, is that it's him versus the environment, and there's supposed to be a contrast because that's his villain, right? He's got to traverse this landscape and he gets swept away in a river. This isn't spoilers. This is all. Well, I guess it is kind of. Is it spoilers? I don't know. It's not spoilers.
Only if people are avoiding.
Yeah, if you didn't want to watch any trailers or anything like that. So I think that's what people are having, the juxtaposition between the stylistic Arlo and then the realistic background. But I wonder what it would have looked like had they not had that extra time to develop that technology. Because you watch the beginning.
What the story would have been.
Who knows? Who knows what it was
But this
before.
is the thing about Pixar, though, and like why we've always loved Pixar. Yes, they've always been technologically advanced and brought the rest of the entertainment industry with them along the way. But they are such good storytellers.
They are.
So I want to believe that the story is going to be great. So, but it just. I
cried.
I don't know.
I cried. They showed a clip
at D23.
at D23.
Also.
Really?
And
Bawling.
it was like, look, the only other time I've really cried like this was during Selena.
Oh my god.
I was going to say Old Yeller. Everybody cries at Old Yeller.
No.
Really?
Selena
Yeah,
and
we
the
were all,
Dinosaur.
everybody in that room was crying.
It was pretty
We're not going to
emotional.
talk about the scene because that really was a spoiler.
Right, that's a spoiler we won't talk about.
Why would they do that?
I know. But okay.
Because they want everyone in that room to go out and go, oh my God, this is what, you know,
Great. You should just do the
That's
movie.
what we're doing.
this summer.
I don't know. Pixar is my favorite. Like, I love Pixar so much. But recently it's felt like the movies have just like not felt like
they haven't had that
like
feel.
that Pixar feel, like Brave and
Brave-
Monsters University.
Yeah, well.
And what came after Monsters University?
What did come after that? Was it? No, it was Inside Out.
Yeah, I know, but everyone loved Inside Out, and I didn't really love Inside Out, so I can't use that
It
as
felt
an
a bit
example.
empty to me.
It didn't feel super Pixar-y to me,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
It's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I said.
Everything
Yeah.
didn't have like that like overhaul of emotion and like the classic Pixar twist that like usually happens. Like things haven't felt like classically Pixar to me, and
But
this
is that
feels like it's
bad?
going to have that again. And I want it so bad.
But what if it doesn't? What if it's like episode 1?
Then I'll be as disappointed as I was when I saw Inside Out.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be interesting.
They wouldn't have brought it back, like held the release date and like are now prepping it. Like they're throwing. I see so much stuff about it. They wouldn't be doing that unless they were super
they believed in
confident.
it, but that's what they said about Inside Out. I mean, but that is
Inside
it
Out
a
was
hit.
great though. It was a hit.
People love it.
I know.
I'm
Like
the
Inside Out has so
minority.
many feels with Inside
It
Out.
literally, the movie's
Like
about feels.
literally feels like, and I learned something about
It has
my
5 feels.
psyche and like Inside Out was it was like psychology 101 in college. Like
Oh man.
Anyway, so this movie's coming out soon.
I want to know what people think. Are you guys?
Yeah,
in the
what are
chat
you guys
really
think?
excited?
All right,
We
Inside
love
Out
Pixar.
came after Monsters University. Yes, don't get me wrong. It seems like Disney is running out of ideas.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
wow.
interesting.
So this movie's coming out this Thanksgiving. It's coming out on the 25th of November this year, which is it's like a month and a couple of weeks away. So everyone we can talk about it in just a few weeks, and
We're gonna be able to go see it.
We're literally gonna be able to review it, which I like. Yeah. Okay, and then the other movies that they announced the timeline for are Finding Dory, the sequel to Finding Nemo, coming
Right.
out June 27th,
Right.
2016.
About time.
Cars 3.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh my goodness, everyone's favorite.
JK.
June 16th, 2017. Coco, the Lee Unkrich movie about Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
I'm so
Weird
excited about it.
Coming
name.
out
Weird name.
November 22nd, 2017.
I think about the bird from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Coco.
Yeah.
You know Coco.
And I
I got
You
you.
know Coco. It's not Disney. You don't know it.
Steven
It's not
has
Disney.
you.
Everything that's on Disney. Toy Story 4, June 15th, 2018.
we gotta
And
go there
Let me
first.
just
Okay,
round it
finish
out
everything.
first. Incredibles 2, June 21st, 2019.
Super pumped.
I'm gonna be
Super pumped.
30 when that comes out.
They're making us wait for the one we're most excited for.
I love The
one.
Incredibles.
Okay, wait, you want to talk about Toy Story 4?
Yeah, so I want to know, especially the chat, I want to know, how do you guys feel about them putting a 4th installment of the movie in?
No,
I mean, it was the perfect, most well-rounded trilogy ever. Every movie was so solid.
I agree with you.
They might
I'm
do it
not
again.
okay with it.
They might do it again, but the ending is the most powerful ending to like any film.
Talk
ever.
about sobbing.
I really.
Oh yeah, I forgot I cried to that.
I
too,
really
for 3
feel
movies.
like it was probably the best trilogy of all current time.
Even Back to the Future.
Yeah, I know, and I love Back to the Future, but like I feel like it was the most well wrapped up, emotional
No, it was
culmination
beautiful bow.
of characters and story.
And every
ever.
movie stands so strong.
you could watch
Yeah.
them all
alone.
alone. Yeah.
But I have faith in John Lasseter, and I think the story is interesting. Like they've announced that it's going to be a love story
Right.
betwing Woody and Bo Peep, who's coming
Bringing
back.
her back. Bringing her
She's
back.
coming
That love interest.
Did they say that she was sold at a garage sale
I don't know.
or something?
I mean, that's how
Donated.
Woody gets picked up
Ooh,
in the
people
first
are
place.
not excited. Some people think it's gonna be a prequel.
Oh, 4?
Yeah.
But it's not a prequel.
It's
We
It's
know
not
that.
a. It's already been. We've already been confirmed.
Right.
It's not a
about
prequel.
Woody and
So
Bo.
they're
Yeah,
owned.
not Woody and Bo Peep.
Right. So they're with their new owner, and it's a new adventure.
See,
Yeah, so
I don't
Bonnie.
like it because Andy's not there anymore, and I grew up with Andy. Me and him were buds.
we
We
all-
all grew up together, and so I feel very strange. Like I don't know how I would feel about my toys making a movie
Yeah.
without me. So I'm so excited for finding Dory
That's
because Finding Nemo is
gonna be good.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
I just had an internal like freak out because I realized that they're all gonna paint their feet and write
What if they
Bonnie on them instead
What
of
if they
Andy.
don't?
And all those people who have that tattoo are gonna feel
What
weird.
if Bonnie? Because I don't know. What if she doesn't do that? Because Andy had
if-
that moment with her. She's like,
I
I'll
have to
never
wait and
erase
see.
it.
I'm excited about Finding Dory too.
Yeah.
I love Dory. I love Ellen DeGeneres.
It takes place 6 months after the last movie.
Yeah.
So Nemo is still a little baby fish, but
But
in
it took
fish terms,
years.
it's like 17 years.
Yeah.
In fish years.
Yeah, it is.
Just kidding. I don't know if that's true.
So it's about Dory finding her parents.
Her way back home.
Because she starts having memories
Yeah.
about, like, she knows that they exist and she wants to find them. And then they end up in an aquarium, which brings in all these exciting new characters that they talked about at D23.
Which are voiced literally by the whole cast of Modern
Modern
Family.
Modern Family. It's basically Finding Modern Family.
Yeah, finding Ty Burrell, the dad from Phil from Modern Family, plays a beluga whale.
Beluga
named
Whale, which is the
Bailey.
character that I'm most looking forward to
If
seeing.
they don't give a reference to Raffi, Baby Beluga, in
Oh
the
my god,
Deep Blue
it has
Sea,
to, like, play at some point.
Disney, you have enough money, just buy the rights, own Baby Beluga in
Do
the
it.
Deep Blue
I'm
Sea,
sure he
and
would
introduce
love
it
to
to
be
a
in a
whole new
Disney movie.
generation.
I'm most excited for Hank the Octopus.
He looks really
He
cool,
does
too.
look good.
Which is voiced by Ed O'Neill. What's his name on Modern Family?
I don't know. I know him as Al Bundy, so.
Oh, it's
Gloria
Jay.
and
Jay.
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 Yeah, there you go.
Jay.
I'm excited because
just
I
hope
think
he's
he
not-
plays the biggest role.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that his role's not going to be that big, that he's going to have like one scene and then it's over.
I think they've said he plays a big part.
Do they?
I think so.
A big part in the progression of the story, or is he like continually in We don't know. We don't know. There's not that much release.
And when does that one come? That one comes out soon.
That one's
Dory
the
comes
most
out in 2016.
All right, so next year.
Next year.
Hey.
27th.
Right around the corner.
Oh, we have like less than a year.
Yeah.
Less than a year, and we'll find Dory. Thank
What's
God.
funny is they had to recast the voice of Nemo because that guy's like 30 now.
21.
He's 54 years old.
He's not like
outlived
30, but he is 30.
Well, it's interesting because when it comes to sequels, like normally I'm not excited at all. Toy Story was like a huge exception.
Yeah.
But since then, I mean, first of all, Cars. Come on.
Cars 2.
I loved planes. I'm joking.
Well, this is the last episode we'll ever film with you, I guess. So.
I never saw
Monsters U. Like,
Monsters
you just
U
don't get
is-
stoked about sequels, But this one, I'm salivating. I'm like,
Because
oh
they're
my
finally
God.
doing the sequels to the movie we've wanted
We want it.
sequels
Yeah.
And they're doing it justice. They're doing a good. Like, Planes was, it felt like a throwaway.
Planes
It was
wasn't
a
even
throwaway.
Pixar.
It didn't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, it was stupid.
But it felt like, sometimes, like, here's a good example. When they made the sequel to Aladdin, like, everybody was super pumped. Like, they're making a sequel. and
I
then,
loved Return of Jafar.
Okay, that's on you. Like, it's okay to be wrong, but no, actually, it wasn't that bad. But we were expecting Aladdin again, and when you got that straight to DV or at the time straight to VHS movie quality, you're completely disappointed. You're like, it's not what. It just
Yeah.
sucks the life out of you. So this one, it's like
Kind of like
high
the Star
production.
Wars prequels.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm so excited.
Here's the thing, though. Like those movies had high production. They were just poo poo.
Well, I'm just saying you were so excited and then they
Oh
were
right,
bad.
and then they just let me
Yeah,
down, right?
yeah. Anyway.
But speaking of that, I'm like super pumped.
Yeah, someone was wondering why we aren't talking about Star Wars movie news, and that's because there's another show that discusses that.
But we'll
we
throw
should talk
some
about
in.
it.
We'll throw some in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm glad that Star Wars is in the Disney fandom. You can do it.
We just have so much animation news that it's like
Right. There's
the
a ton.
priority.
I'm sure there'll be some weeks where it will be all Star Wars
Yeah.
news
Look.
here. Yeah.
I was gonna say
I
because
have
when
lightsabers hanging on the wall in my apartment.
Look, Disney was always like my number 3 fandom, right? Like it was always like Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney. So now they're all under one umbrella, and it's all my
Lucky
number one.
you,
now.
seriously.
I know. They just
If
keep buying-
only
if-
Disney would buy Harry Potter.
I know,
Or
right?
Nintendo.
That's where I am.
Would be
I'm with you
complete.
there. Like,
They might, or Nintendo. That would be the other one that would make me
You
complete.
say they might buy Harry Potter?
They might, you
Never
never
gonna- No,
no,
know.
Universal. That's
has
all
it.
yeah?
Universal has.
Oh, yeah, but if you were to go back in time and said that they were going to buy Marvel, would you have believed it?
I would
Oh.
believe
Dun, dun,
Marvel more so than like buying Marvel from Marvel. Basically, I would believe them taking control of that before I would believe them
That's true.
stealing Harry Potter
But what if they
from
got
Warner
like
Brothers and Universal.
super desperate? You know what I mean? Like our franchises are bombing. We could sell
Disney would never get desperate. It's
Franchises
Disney.
would never bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, we're receiving a message from the angels.
Yeah. Like, we're like, yeah.
Yeah, there is. So the talk on the internet is that we're going to get a new Star Wars trailer. Oh, actually, it's 66 days. Because today I just saw the thing. Order 66 is from the prequels. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, until the movie
Till
comes
the new
out?
trailer. To the new. Oh no,
No,
to the
the
new to
trailer
the movie.
comes out
to the
on
new
October
movie. So
19th.
we're definitely going to get a new trailer. before
October
then.
19th is Monday
Yeah.
next week. So
That's crazy.
interesting. Can we go back to Toy Story 4 for
I'll
a
allow
second?
it. I'll allow
Because
it.
the director made a comment in regards to what's going to be discussed in Toy Story 4 that shut down a huge
I know
fan
what
theory.
you're about to say.
Oh.
And it hurt my heart.
I actually
Sad
liked
feels.
this fan theory. There's another one we're going to talk about in a second, but I actually really liked the theory that Jessie's owner, Emily, you know, in that really sad song, When She Loved Me, when she talks about him, she's destroyed.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did you not cry then?
No.
Oh my God.
I
you were
went
too
home
young
and
when you
hugged
saw
all
that.
the toys
No.
that I gave to my sister.
I cry still. So,
That one didn't.
the
get me.
theory is that Emily, Jessie's previous owner, is Andy's mom.
Sure.
Because if you look at that sequence, When She Loved Me, everything is kind of 70s.
Right.
Which would, like, make her the appropriate age to have a child in the later 90s.
Right.
And also, we're told that Woody is a collector's item, you
From
know.
who though?
It's in Toy
it's
Story
in Toy Story
2.
2.
No, I know, but like from who? Like, did it belong to his
It's
mom?
a family heirloom. At the garage sale in the beginning, she's like, "No, we can't sell this to you, Al. It's an old family heirloom."
Right, but what I'm saying is, why don't like you think Jessie would have remembered playing with Woody?
I know it doesn't make sense that Woody doesn't remember that he's a collector's
Right,
item. That's a
right.
thing that is a problem.
Loophole. Sorry,
Yeah, but
Crash that
so
theory.
the director was like, "Yeah, I've heard about that," and
So you just got
Revelations.
called heartless by Sophia
yeah, because
Lopez.
you didn't cry during When She Loved Me.
I told you I cried during Selena.
Yeah.
How much more heart can I have?
They
J-Lo.
probably haven't seen Selena.
Now they're like, what is that?
Who is Selena?
Yeah,
That's the
who is
point.
Selena?
That's
It's
the
a
most
scary
obscure
thing.
movie to cry to.
The director was like, you might hear like a little bit more about Jessie in Toy Story 4, maybe, and like basically that isn't
But he was
true.
like, no, that's cute, but no.
And what he really was like, that's not cute, is the Pixar universe fan
Right.
theory.
You
He was
know,
like,
Which is also
nope,
upsetting. Yeah.
The truck everywhere.
I don't like that theory.
I don't like
at
it either.
all.
It's a pretty big stretch.
Why do you like it?
No, I mean I don't like. I think it's fun to think about that and to like see those things because they kind of do it in Disney movies
Sure,
too. Like
sure.
they'll, I
Yeah.
mean, they
With
throw in little
Frozen and
things,
Ariel.
Frozen, and I love when Disney kind of does a little shout out to themselves and like it
Right.
makes it fun as a viewer to find those little Easter eggs and stuff. But I do completely agree that they've created these beautiful worlds each individually that they've been able to create these amazing stories in that will literally like live in people's hearts for
Yeah.
forever. So like why try to force them together or like, you know.
Well, it's really interesting because none of that existed like pre-internet, right? Because you look at Aladdin and there's Beast in that movie, right? No one was like, oh, this must exist at the same time as Beast, and he traveled to this country, so someone made a toy out of him so that Jafar could put, like, no one ever had these crazy.
And
I mean,
what
they
the
might
guy
have,
said
but-
was, he was like, in the beginning, these Easter eggs happened because we were trying to save money and we were like, oh, we need a car, let's just stick the Pizza Planet truck in there. But then it became tradition. That's why they continued doing it. So some of it definitely was never intentional because they were like, oh, we just need to like reuse animation.
That's the practical approach, but everybody wants something more, especially because that's what Disney is known for, right?
Yeah.
There's always layers you can peel away, and that's why the fandom is so popular, because there's something for everyone at every level. You can go on forever, but
Yeah.
I'm glad it was debunked. That can stop now, because literally every water cooler conversation, it's like, hey man, I know you're a Disney guy. Listen, did you know about that truck?
Well, the
and it's like
worst-
so
yeah.
matter of fact.
The
I'm like,
truck.
chill out.
The worst was when what director went on and confirmed the like Tarzan Frozen theory.
Oh yeah, somebody. Yeah,
He was like, "It's true. Tarzan's
Is your
parents
brother?"
were
And then he just went home
for
and just looked
Ellen
at the
and
internet
Elsa's
while eating
parents.
popcorn, like, ha ha, those
Everyone, I was
fools.
like, no, don't go and do that. They're totally different time periods, maybe.
Is it? I
cry.
don't know. I don't know. I don't
Nobody
know.
knows. Nobody. He wears a loincloth. I don't know what's going on.
Can you
It could be
imagine
anybody.
like Tarzan and Jane showing up in Frozen 2? Like what? Blind moan, mind blown.
You can't. It blew
was
your
like, what
mind
is
so
she
bad that it
trying
literally melted your
They're
ability
like, this
to
girl
form a
doesn't
sentence.
speak English.
It's okay. Actually, I would actually pay to watch that movie though. Tarzan and Frozen.
Oh, they
Frozen.
said Sophia
Frozen.
Lopez says the Easter
Tarzan.
eggs actually started because a hidden Mickey joke they played on Walt. I think.
Is that how? Wait, they're saying that's
Well,
how.
That's
they
what
did it?
Sophia Lopez said.
in
In
Disney
Disneyland.
history, but not in Pixar history.
Well, honestly, there are a lot of little fun theories that you might think are true about Disneyland, but if you watch a video
I was
by
gonna
this
say,
guy
yeah,
right
Leo made a
here,
video.
he will set the record straight. You cannot get a death certificate after you leave the Haunted
That is
Mansion, no matter
correct.
how nice you ask.
That is correct.
And that
they
broke my
don't
heart.
exist.
That is
They just
correct.
don't
And
exist.
it's funny because there are things that have been proven. Like there's literally literature about these things being true or untrue, and people will still argue to the death about it. Like you cannot win.
It's so funny when they're like, "No, I got one."
No,
I'm
I
like,
got
"No,
one.
you didn't
No,
because
it's framed.
they don't exist."
It's framed. It's in my room next to all of my ping pong trophies.
Like I
It's
used to
right
work at
there.
Disneyland, and the amount of people who are like, "No, there definitely are underground tunnels at Disneyland," and I'm like, "No,
I worked there.
no, Disney World, yes, but Disneyland, no."
There's
I'm sorry.
one,
Like,
one
I
tunnel.
know
There's
where-
one tunnel at Disneyland, but I'm wrong.
the time tunnel.
The time tunnel.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
What was I doing working
You're
there?
crazy.
Okay,
Crazy
so
people.
All right, let's
I know
go on.
having a fever frenzy over animation, but I'm
I bet you
just
there are
gonna
people
go
in the
on
chat
this
going, "No, there aren't
controversial
tunnels."
switch over to Disney live action.
Live
Oh
action
my god,
Disney.
the most anticipated movie of live action. I'm just it's like Harry Potter and
I know.
and
It is
Disney
the closest
came
I'll
together.
get
It's like
to
well,
Disney
yeah.
and Harry Potter, and that is Emma Watson playing Belle and Beauty and the Beast.
Which
She's like real life. She's,
there is a connection there.
Yeah, well, when they
There is a
wrapped,
connection.
Yes,
when
yes.
they wrapped production
Yeah.
on Beauty and the Beast, Emma Watson was like, "Oh my god, today happens to be
Oh
the
my God.
15-year anniversary of the day I was cast as Hermione Granger."
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm Emma Watson. Oh my god. Yeah, like to the day, right?
It's so crazy that she like played Hermione, who's maybe not my favorite Harry Potter character, but then like played Belle, my favorite Disney princess.
but Belle and Hermione are so similar. They're both like woodworms, right?
Yeah, but like Hermione's way bossier than Belle.
Yeah,
is.
they
That's
both fall in
true.
love with redheads.
Well, I don't know.
The Beast
Good
is kind of a
point.
redhead.
He is.
Belle's
He's
kind
kind
of
of a
bossy.
Bella is
bossy.
kind of bossy.
She kind of just does her own
She
thing.
like literally
She
tells
doesn't-
the whole town like, "Oh, you're not good enough,"
That's not bossy. That's just pretentious.
and then she tells Beast like, "You better straighten up your act."
I will not go to dinner with you.
Yeah, she's pretty. I guess that's more stern.
"Show
than
me the
bossy.
West Wing."
I'm gonna see whether you like it or not. I don't care.
You must never.
She does what she wants.
Yeah.
Oh
Whatever.
god.
Hermione doesn't do what she wants. She follows the rules. Like in
Except for when she, kind of bends time to her will.
Well,
She
that's
has
Dumbledore said she
permission.
could.
Oh, then it's okay.
yeah.
Of course, it's like Merlin being
They
like,
literally
"Please,
gave
Arthur,
it to
pull the
her
sword."
to be able to. Oh my god.
I can't.
Listen, nobody should play with time.
But the whole it's also I when I read that article too, it's also so interesting like that she was like, I was driving home. I'm like,
She
Emma
drives.
Watson is just like us. She drives
a
herself
car.
home. She drives
probably-
herself home from work.
She drives a carriage, clearly.
It was so
It's
weird
not-
when she started going to college in the U.S. and it was like she goes to college. She's in classes.
My friend was in a class with her and said at one point, like, she like answered a question
I've heard this,
correctly
yeah.
in one of their classes, and somebody just yelled out, 10 points for Gryffindor. I'm like,
I heard
Can you
about that.
imagine?
who does that?
Yeah, that's like Dave Chappelle with the Rick James thing, right? Like your whole life you're just gonna be haunted by that one character. But she's like,
Now she gets to be Belle.
I was gonna say, like she's the one
Yeah,
who's gone
she's
above
bigger.
it. But Daniel Radcliffe will never not be Harry Potter, forever and ever. Or he's also the naked horse guy. That's the other thing.
He's been in other stuff.
Great.
Yeah,
He's a cool dude.
Harry Potter too.
No.
Harry Potter.
I think Daniel Radcliffe is awesome.
He's a
Yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah, I think
he was great in Lord of the Rings. You know.
Oh, Elijah Wood.
No, have you heard that joke?
Yes.
Where they? Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
When I first saw Daniel Radcliffe in real life, I was so like excited like to see him. And I was just like, oh my gosh, he's literally a hobbit, but I love him still. Like,
Short hair.
he's the same height as me, and like I'm I don't know, average. I think
You're pretty.
Yeah, I'm 5'6". I don't know, but he's a nice dude. We talk about Harry Potter now. Harry Potter movie news.
Someone in the comments says Josh Gad will be awesome in Beating the Beast.
Yes!
That's like the casting that's like so spot on for me. Is Josh Gad as LeFou?
It's like it's literally like the real
literally
LeFou.
LeFou.
And
And
my boy. I
Ian
love him.
McKellen is in it. Who is he? Who is he?
didn't know that.
Cogs? Oh,
Is he
God.
Cogsworth?
Oh, the voice. Yeah,
The
I was like,
voice.
who is he playing?
Yeah.
the
I
voice.
want that to happen. I want like Belle to try to get to the West Wing, and I want him to just come and go. You shall not pass. You know where I was at, bro.
I feel like Disney would make jokes like, and
my
Ian
God.
McKellen
They
would
might.
pass
He
probably.
would do it.
I'd be
There's
like,
gonna
no,
be
listen, this is the thing I
bloopers.
want to do.
Yeah,
Let me do
guys,
it.
guys.
Don't tempt me, Belle.
No, the whole cast. I was reading the whole cast list, and it's just a phenomenal cast. You're like reading it.
That
you're
movie's
like,
gonna be
This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Who's Mrs. Potts is
Angela Lansbury. No.
No, oh God, it wasn't Angela.
God.
Big glasses in Harry Potter. Everybody that's in this has been in either Harry
Oh,
Potter. or like-
it's Emma Thompson.
yeah, Emma
Oh,
Thompson is gonna be Mrs. Potts, and she's great.
Oh my gosh, this movie's gonna. Here's the thing.
Oh,
it's like-
Lumiere is Ewan McGregor.
Oh, and then Dracula
stop.
is Gaston,
Yeah.
Yes.
aka
Or what's
Bard.
his name from The Hobbit? Yeah.
Bard. See, there's
Oh,
another connection.
see, I
See?
told you.
Ian McKellen, Bard, perfect. Here's the thing, though. Like, Maleficent was released, right? When they announced it, I remember looking at it going, no, don't do that. But it was a huge success.
Yes.
And then Cinderella, they announced that. I was like, and then it came out. I was like, oh, so they figured it out now.
Yeah.
Now they know how to do it because that was really great. So this one, not only am I already excited because of the property, but it feels like they've worked out their formula. So like it's just the hype's too high. Plus,
And the cast.
Emma.
Someone was
Little-
commenting about the D23 live action panel, which we didn't go to.
No.
But at the animation panel, they played this reel that had like one tiny clip of Emma Watson in the gold dress.
Oh, walking down the stairs with the candles.
Freaked out.
Girl.
I like lost
Shut
my
Girl.
mind.
Up.
I lost
Girl.
my mind.
If somebody
It
could
has-
please tweet me
look.
a photo, a still, if somebody has a picture, please.
Look.
I look
Let
up
me put
pictures
it this
every
way.
day for that.
The Angel's trying to find it.
You know, like
I don't think it's online.
You know how the later Harry Potter movies kind of nailed the soft dark, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
It had that. It was like beautiful, but also had like a creepy, gloomy. Ooh.
Yeah. It
Even-
was like not
So
gold.
good.
It was like muted.
Yeah.
That one
yeah.
picture that
It's been sitting in an attic.
Josh Gad like posted of his like final day on
the
set,
steps?
just
Yeah.
on the steps. I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's exactly.
All right.
Ah!
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
I crooked myself up.
But this isn't the only movie that there's live action
There's a
Disney
ton.
news about. There's talk about a live action Cruella de Vil movie.
So here's the
to
thing.
be directed by Kelly Marcel, who worked on
Literally.
50 Shades of Grey.
So
Ew,
let's so
why,
not only
why?
okay, here's the thing. Maleficent, all right, there might be another side of that story. It's kind of weird, right? Beauty and the Beast, great. We could retell that. Cinderella, it's already set up. How do you tell a Cruella de Vil story?
I don't know, like what's her
Wait.
motivation?
Literally? It would have to end in her wanting to kill puppies.
Yes.
So how do you humanize that?
It doesn't have to end that way because Maleficent didn't end that
so
way.
between the ending of this live action movie and then the animation
Well-
movie, she becomes evil, twisted, and corrupted and wants to kill animals.
Wants to kill puppies.
There's
That's
no
a good
way.
point, though,
There's
because
no way they can make it
Maleficent
humanized.
follows the original story. Like everything happens the same way, but then it's just like
The setup at the
different.
end is
So maybe it's like she wants to kill puppies, but then she doesn't.
No, they're gonna change the canon. I bet
But
you. I bet you. They have to.
unless they get Glenn Close to play her again, I will not want to go see it because
No.
she
But
slayed
what's the actress
it.
from Once Upon a Time?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
I don't
I
want
didn't
it to
like
be
her.
her.
I didn't like her in Once
No,
Upon a Time.
I thought she
didn't.
looked great, though.
She looked great, but I didn't like her. Like I didn't like her at all.
She's the PETA
She
devil's
drives
advocate.
PETA at the
yeah.
end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She changes her ways. and-
I don't know. Yeah, I would love to like think harder on who I would love to see play her because I feel like there's like what about
do you go old or
Meryl
do you go
Streep?
young? I mean, what version of Cruella are we talking about? Like the early days when maybe she fought for the rights of animals until she was bitten by a rabid Doberman.
Or maybe it's post.
That's possible.
Post puppy killing. Redemption of
Mm.
Cruella.
I think it'll be like a backstory.
It has to be a backstory.
I
She's
don't
already
know.
too old. Like if they did a sequel, she'd be like 95
Is it gonna
years
like
old.
are Anita and Roger gonna be in it? Are Horace and
Horace and Jasper.
gonna be in
I
it?
don't know. Was she like already friends with them? Were they already buddies?
I don't know, man.
It's really
So we'll
interesting
get a
to think about.
Weasley and we'll get a House.
They gave
The Weasley house, yeah.
they gave Cruella de Vil
Harry
a
Potter.
backstory on Once Upon a Time that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she's literally one of my, like, I did a top 10 Disney villains.
Jessica Lange.
Jessica
maybe?
Lange would be interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
But at
Ooh,
the end of the
she'd be
day, she's the worst. She wants to kill puppies.
Yeah.
This is.
I don't care what
You
you say.
can't. Glenn Close slayed it. I don't need to see it again.
It
It
is
was.
really good.
They
She
did
is.
it really, really good already.
Yeah.
And they did it. I think they made 3 of them, or at
Yeah.
least 2, where she. And I mean, Cruella de Vil was the best part about all those movies, and they don't need to do it again. There's so many other villains
Well,
out
the
there.
thing is- the thing is-
Give me a
they're gonna do
live
it-
action Hercules.
like, she's
no,
great-
don't.
They will.
Don't.
I think they will
Too
do
late,
it for
you
like
said it.
every
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Already did
I
it.
want Pocahontas or Mulan. I know they're doing a Mulan.
Well, they're doing Mulan,
Yes.
yeah. So that I
That's
mean, they're doing
interesting.
lots. Someone in the comments said, "Why don't they do an Aladdin movie?" And they did
They-
announce
they-
they're doing
so
genies.
They're doing genies.
which is like the story about genies in Aladdin's world.
Which could lead to a
Jafar
live action.
backstory movie.
Well, God.
Once Upon a Time in Wonderland. What?
Well, kind of. They kind of.
But the other non-villain live-action movies that we know are happening, live-action retelling, not whatever, like Dumbo.
Dumbo. Well, first, before
Why?
Before all of that, we have the Jungle Book.
Yeah,
Jungle Book.
Very excited.
But first of all, I love that movie. I like the animated movie.
Yes.
the trailer.
I even like the one with
Phenom.
what's his my gosh, I'm blanking on his name.
I know what you're
Was it
talking
Jason Lee? Was that his name? Jason?
about. I don't know.
I don't remember his last name. But he played like a grown-up Mowgli. He was also Bruce
I
Lee.
love
Maybe
that
that's
one.
something
Yes,
Lee.
I did love that. I loved that Jungle
It was
Book.
weird, but I really dug it.
This one looks intense.
It looks super intense. And I love that it's almost all CGI.
Scarlett Johansson as the voice of Kaza.
Okay, so
Weird.
here's the thing. I feel like there's this consensus on the internet where it's everybody thought it was a bad idea, and then they saw the trailer, and they kind of got into it.
I just don't like that it
Trust-
sounds. I like it because she has such a raspy voice,
Yeah.
but
It
I
worked
don't
in
like
her.
Kaz. I don't like Kaz as a girl.
Yeah. Why? Just cause?
It's gonna be so
Just
interesting.
'cause.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna feel like I'm watching Her again. Like
I know, yeah,
like,
that's a
you
good
know,
point.
it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
but it's with a snake. I don't know. I'm excited for it just because I think it's a huge the trailer. I was not excited for it until I saw the trailer. So I
For
was.
Jungle Book?
Yes, I was. I'm one of
I
those
just,
people.
I was already, I mean, I was always stoked just because that's one where you're like, well, do they go full on Disney? I mean, how do they do this? You know?
The one I'm not excited for is the Tink movie.
Oh my God. Tonker Boom?
The Tonker
That's what
movie.
I call it.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell.
Have you ever seen the SNL skit of A.D. Bryant as Tinkerbell?
No.
And it's literally
homework
there's
for
an
the night.
SNL there's an
Got it.
SNL skit. I'll send it to you. But yeah, Tinkerbell.
I just I don't know. Disney's so obsessed with using Tinkerbell for stuff, and
It's their girl.
I don't love Tinkerbell in the original cartoon just because I'm
Right.
like here. Whatever. And then I don't like that they tried to just redo her entire character for these animated movies, and then they're gonna do something again.
Yeah.
It's just why so much Tinkerbell?
She's got a serious identity crisis. Like she doesn't know who she
Fairies
is.
can only have one emotion at a time.
Oh, that would make
That's how they
sense.
explain it away.
Yeah, you know.
I
I
don't
do
know.
believe in fairies.
Are you excited about any of those?
Um,
Dumbo. I know you love Dumbo.
I don't know. I'm excited just because it's Tim Burton, and I feel like it'll be
Is it
weird.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's the fun part. Is waiting and see, because that's how I felt about Jungle Book. Like, how are they going to do this? And then you see that for a CGI with Bagheera, and you're like,
And he's not with Helena Bonham Carter anymore, so I'm like, she's not gonna be in
oh,
it.
so he doesn't have his
Like,
muse.
Will
Yeah,
Johnny
like,
Depp
what-
be in it?
Will Johnny Depp? Johnny
That'd
Depp
be
is probably
cool.
gonna be the mouse.
Johnny
He's
Depp
the voice
as
of Timothy
Dumbo.
Mouse.
Yeah.
It's not the one that I'm excited for is not one that's going from cartoon to live action, but it's a live action reboot. Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
Because
so you're getting
yes,
two. Your favorites
yes,
are Peter
yes.
Pan, Pete's Dragon,
I love-
and Dumbo. And
yeah.
you're getting two of those.
Those aren't my favorite movies. Those are my favorite characters. I love Pete's
got it,
Dragon, and I love Elliot. Elliot's one of my favorite characters.
Yes. Oh.
So I'm excited. I'm excited about Jessica Chastain. I think the original story of Pete's Dragon, if you look at
No.
online, it's so weird. Like Pete is a slave to this family and runs away. There's lots
I
of
could never make it through that
there's
movie as a
lots
kid.
of drinking, and Elliot is literally saving him from he's a slave. It's
Yeah.
very weird if you look at it. It's
Yeah.
just a bizarre movie. So I'm like, maybe they'll
What's-
make
it's kinda
a,
weird, you know
a
what's-
modern.
Well, what's interesting
Pete's
about that is
Dragon.
that's essentially the storyline. I mean, not that she's a slave, but she's caught in a situation she doesn't want to be in. Is the movie Pan's Labyrinth? It's very similar. It's similar to that, where she comes up with imaginary characters to escape the reality of a situation. So it's like, it turns out being the super psychological movie. I wonder if that's the turn they're going to go, or if it's going to be more lighthearted, where he's not a slave and it's just a boy playing with his dragon. It's really interesting. What's the 2000s spin on that?
I'm so glad that they're bringing all these movies kind of out of the vault, if you want to say, and introducing them in a new light to not only us, because Pete's Dragon was even like a little bit before our time. I feel like.
No, definitely.
The only reason I really saw that was because I had older cousins who had that cassette that cassette VHS that was sometimes.
But I mean, at least you chose. The only reason I ever even came across it was because that was the only thing on TV at the time. That was, if I ever saw it, that's how I saw it.
What's great about there being so many live action movies coming out is that we're just gonna have so much to talk about for like 10 years.
No, and we can complain or we can praise it, whatever, but there's going to be a ton of stuff.
I think just for you, Leo, before we end, we need to talk about one very important piece of Marvel news.
What's that?
Which is that one of your favorite characters ever, Spider-Man,
Spooter Dude,
is coming to Disneyland November 16th.
That's so soon.
The whip.
Yeah.
No, right around the corner.
Soon.
No, they hopped on that train too. Once, first of all, you should know, Spider-Man is it's probably my number one Marvel hero. I love Spider-Man. I was running around in Spidey undies when I was a kid. Love Spider-Man.
TMI.
Yeah,
TMI.
visual.
Don't worry about it.
We just met.
What's we're getting to know each other real good. The thing about it, the reason it's so exciting is it just like it transcends just Spider-Man being at Disneyland, like yippee, It's the idea that like Disney doesn't even own the rights to Spider-Man, It's Fox or Sony, and the fact that they're breaking down those barriers to include him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that which Disney owns is, first of all, like. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about
Finally.
Disney. Finally. We're talking about Disney not working with here. But who knows? Anything's is game now. If they see that this is successful, they might come up with a formula in the future to do this. Like the King Kong movies, like King Kong and Godzilla, all these things are being crossed over now.
Maybe we'll see X-Men.
Yeah. And that's what Spider-Man, so you know the thing with that,
X-Men.
right? Yeah, it might be possible. But Marvel's twisting it now. So they're going along the lines of calling them Inhumans instead of mutants. So when they finally do get the X-Men, what's that going to look like?
So sadly, with Spider-Man coming in, we're going to have to say goodbye to our friend Captain America, which is one of a few sad things happening at Disneyland great news is they're adding Star Wars Land.
Right. Well, the problem is we're not getting it right away.
Yeah, and in the meantime, there's so many things that are going to be closed for a while while they're building it.
Luckily,
don't touch Tomorrowland.
Well, namely,
that's
it's going to
gonna
be
be tough.
Fantasmic is going to be gone for like a year.
It's okay. It was out there for 75 years. It's fine.
It's been
around
20
forever.
years.
I know.
But I mean, it'll come back, and like the railroad's shutting down, and Fantasmic is shutting down, and Tom Sawyer Island / Pirate Island is shutting down, and
At least
Thunder Ranch is shutting down.
Yeah, but it's all things like that were just sort of like secondary
to
attractions.
you, Leo. To you.
Why?
Okay, look, here's the thing. If you're a tourist and you're going to Disneyland, you're not like, let's go to the Big Thunder Barbecue. That's not your destination.
I want a
No.
Kazuki.
Tom Sawyer Island is the best, though.
It's
You just can't say that
overrated.
about Fantasmic, because Fantasmic is a journey
No,
into
Fantasmic is
imagination.
really
Yeah,
good.
Phantasmic sadness.
Vision's
There's so much.
Fantasmic.
There's so
Everybody's
many
sad.
sad feels about Phantasmic. Jamie
sad
Wheeler, sad face.
Vision's fantastic.
Visions.
Oh my god.
We need to
our
see
first
it
date
once
was at
more.
Disneyland, and the
It
moment
was.
I knew that I was just like drawn to her is we were walking.
We're, like, walking
Yeah,
up
we
to
were
the
walking
Haunted
into the Haunted Mansion, and Fantasmic was on, and she was just like, not even looking where she was going, and I was just like, this girl's passionate.
It was the end when Mickey's
Girl's
like,
into it.
I could not watch it. I was
Can I-
like,
Speaking of that, just because I have to talk about it, the Hocus Pocus show. I'm
Oh
sure
my
you guys have watched
God.
the video.
I'm so sad I'm not going to Disney
Like,
World.
why
anytime
can't I live in
soon.
Florida? Why can that not be in
by
LA?
the way, when did Hocus Pocus just like explode?
I know.
I've always loved Hocus
It's always
Pocus.
been cool, but then all
it's
of a
like
sudden,
very big now.
Yeah.
It's huge again.
Yeah.
What happened?
It's like the hipster thing.
Hopefully,
is.
if the show does well enough at Disney World, they will bring it to Disneyland maybe for next year's Halloween time.
They always promise things like that. I always wanted Jack Sparrow to come to Disneyland and do his little tutorial on how to be a pirate, but they
He
never got
was
it.
here.
Yeah, but he didn't
It was-
do that show.
I know, but you know why they took him away is because moms were too
Moms were getting a little
touchy-feely.
I've heard plenty of stories about dads getting a little too touchy feely with the
With the
princesses.
I bet. It's,
Yeah.
How cool would it be though if there was like Hocus Pocus Sanderson's sister meet and greets.
Oh my god, I could not.
And they were like trying to abduct the children, like during the
They're like,
pictures. Like,
"Come,
thank you for the
little
picture. And they just like hold the
children."
children.
yeah,
It'd
oh
be
my god, it'd be
amazing.
so fun.
God.
But I'll settle for the show if they bring it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I literally would just camp out to sit in the front
Yeah.
because
For the holiday?
and they were so good. Like I watched it twice,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
right one after another, because I was like, that was so
To
good. I
me,
want to
it's
do it
like
again.
the quintessential Halloween movie, right?
the way- yeah.
neighborhood.
You know, it wasn't even released in the fall. It was released in the summer when it was released originally.
Yeah, but it got me pumped for Halloween.
Isn't that weird?
As if
though?
I needed it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Now it's like on repeat the entire month
Yeah.
of October, or even
I
September.
already
It
saw it
starts.
this season.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
I got this. I think they might even be doing it again, but I got to watch it at the Nerds Like Us event, which is. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
So it's it's for everyone. The uninitiated Nerds Like Us. They ran out this old theater and they show old cult classics. And I remember they did it for Hocus Pocus. I went to watch it, and that's when I noticed it started becoming popular again. So I wonder if that was the first domino. I don't know, but I'm excited. I hope they bring it over.
Yeah.
And
Always
yeah.
good stuff and not so good stuff happening at Disneyland simultaneously, but I'm excited
We
to
get Spider-Man, we get Spooderman, and he's my favorite, so it'll be cool to hang out with him.
I wonder if he's going to talk.
Or
Yeah,
I wonder
well,
if he'll have the
he has
mask on
to.
or no mask.
No, he'll have the mask.
But
for
I think
sure.
he'll talk through it.
And he has to be like Spider-Man is known for his quippiness, right?
Yeah.
So that they're gonna imagine the auditions
Oh my god.
for Spider-Man. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, like from the boot camp that they put you through to
yeah, you've gone through,
literally
you've jumped through
become-
some hoops yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, it's insane.
That's
It's
crazy.
insane what they.
What are you
make
guys
them
talking
do.
about?
I don't know.
Spider-Man is
No,
literally going to come to
Spider-Man's gonna
Disneyland.
swing in.
I literally don't know.
Well,
what
who
you
knows? It
mean.
might be in a
He's
show.
just going to
It
like
might be
come
in
in
a
and
show.
then go save the city and then come back and then go save the city.
The friends of Spider-Man need to be on top of their game.
Leo's going to be judging them hard.
Is there anything else
will
we
be.
should touch on this week?
I don't know. Any other movie news? What else is going on?
lot.
That's
We
a lot
got
of news.
Yeah, we went over a lot of stuff just because
Yeah.
like a lot of this is our first show.
Yeah, it's our first show.
our first show.
And well, I want some feedback from you guys.
Yeah.
I want to know. Well,
Please
do you guys
let
have any
us know.
questions, by the way?
How
Yeah,
we're doing.
anything you guys want to throw
Let's
at us
do it.
really
Let's
quick
cover
that
it.
you want to know?
Or
Can we
leave it
talk
in the
about Mickey's
comments.
Halloween
Yeah,
party
in
at
the comments.
Disneyland?
And if you think of something later, don't worry about it. You can always tweet at all
Leave
of
it
us
in the
individually.
Leave it in the comments
in
and
the
we can
comments
respond
below.
in the comments. Also, if you want to know about Mickey's Halloween party, I just did a video about tips for making
Yeah,
the most of
'cause
your
we're
Mickey's
going.
Halloween party on Thingamavlogs.
I'm thinking of Luke's, and we're going next week.
We're not going next week. We're going in 2 weeks.
Well, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after we're beginning.
Yes.
So you missed out this time.
It's okay. I don't have. Well, first of all, can we talk about the price rises? Because
Let's
Let's
go
save it. Wait.
there, or do we save it for
Let's
next week?
save it. Y'all have to tune in next
Tune
week.
in next week. We're gonna
Tune
get
in next
real.
week.
We're gonna get
we're
real.
gonna
on
get
that.
really real, but I won't be here next week.
Oh no!
What? Come back in 2 weeks.
2
It'll be-
weeks, and we'll discuss why Keaton is poor.
That's
Because I
really-
love Disney
We'll
too
talk
much.
Mickey's Halloween party next
Yes,
week.
yes,
We'll save his own
'cause-
price hikes for when Keaton's
Right.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be amazing.
I'm very upset about it, but it's I'll get over it. I have enough friends who
It's okay.
live in the park.
It's
that-
okay. You're gonna go with us. We're gonna make it up to you. I
Yeah.
promise. We'll
Thank
go in
you.
costume even, and we'll get kicked out. It'll be great.
I'll just get cast as Elsa, then I can just go in all the time.
Easy
right?
peasy.
Yeah.
Done.
Easy.
Done and done.
But that's it.
Leave a
That's-
comment if you have anything else you want to ask us
Yeah,
about.
give us what you want us to talk about. Let's start there.
Suggestions for next week. Be sure to follow the Popcorn Talk on Twitter and Popcorn Talk Network on YouTube. Where
right.
can we find you, Leo?
And you can follow me everywhere at Mr. Leo Zombie, except for Twitter where I'm just at Leo Zombie. But please tweet at me. I want to hear from you guys. Let's have some dialogue throughout the week.
Again, I'm Sarah Snitch almost everywhere except YouTube. I'm Sarah Snitch or Thingamavlogs.
Thingamavlogs.
And I'm Keaton Markey on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'll probably start getting more Disney-fied and on YouTube because of these guys. I'm already being
Corrupt.
inspired. But I will not be here next week, but I will be commenting. So you guys keep the conversation going all week long.
Please.
And forever because we all love Disney just as much as you do.
see
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that first show.
Yes!
See you guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.